Hey guys, Matt Teifke. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to kind of touch on the topic of selling your property, whether that be a house or commercial or anything really as far as real estate goes, and at least point out 2 to 3 things that I think are important to consider when selling your property. And before you even really talk to a real estate broker or anything, what are some aspects that you should look into that can be valuable for having that meeting or for doing it on your own. So I got my real estate license when I was 17 years old, and so I have a lot of experience meeting with sellers, helping them sell their property, helping buyers acquire properties, myself selling properties that I owned, and buying other properties. So I try to take all of these things to an account when understanding the big picture. So it's a culmination of experience, knowledge, insights, and leading with value that helped me arrive to the way I look at the worldview as far as selling real estate. Number one, I think it's really important to understand why you want to sell and what you plan to use the money on. A lot of people, real estate is going to be their biggest investment by far. You know, we're talking $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. And if you've had the property long enough, you might be getting $200,000, $100,000 in cash. So what do you plan to do with this money, and why do you want to sell is the number one thing. And really trying to think through that and not just come up with the easy answer of, I want to get as much money as possible. I really believe that there's usually more to it. So I, as a real estate broker, try to ask those questions on top of them saying, I want the most money. I'm like, okay, I understand that, you know, off the top, everybody does, but let's dive in a little bit further. Why do you want the money? Why do you want to sell? Is the time frame more important? Do you need a lease back? Is it important that the property doesn't go pending and then back on the market, and then it maybe takes 4 months and then there's a stigma with the property? So really fleshing out, what are you trying to do and what are you trying to do with the money that you get on the sale? The second thing is really looking at the competition. So when you have a property for sale in let's just say Round Rock West for an example, anybody that's looking at properties in Round Rock West is also going to look at all of the other properties in that neighborhood. So it's not a common practice, but it's something that I recommend to get your real estate agent, or if you're a broker, investor yourself, go look at all these houses yourself. So if I was going to go look at 5 other houses that are the competition, what other people are going to be looking at, I'm going to be able to come into the conversation and be as prepared as I possibly can. I actually like this quote or this theory from Mark Cuban where he says, anytime that I'm having a meeting, I'm the most prepared person in the room. And I think that that's critical. The more prepared and the more you've seen, the better those conversations are going to be. You're going to have little tiny insights, which in the real estate business go a long way. Saying, you know, yeah, I know you're priced at this, but all other 5 houses in the neighborhood don't have this or do have this. And those little things can add up to thousands of dollars over time. So really kind of look at the competition and see what's out there on the market. The third thing is obviously the comps, right? It's not only about what's active and what people are looking at, but what a property's sold for. That's really the number one thing. That's what an appraiser looks at. I got my appraiser's license when I was in college with the goal of understanding value and what's important about it and how does a professional value a property. And as far as residential goes, there's not a ton of differences from what a real estate broker or agent would do. You're running comps, and if you want to get it very granular, you break down every specific section, granite, upgraded, whatever it may be, and then you give a value, positive or negative, in looking at that compared to what's called the subject property, which is the one you're trying to understand the value on. So I think, you know, those things are very important. And if you can utilize those, there's going to be more that's going to come into play when selling. So you really want to have a good broker that can walk you through the steps and the processes and what are these emails you're getting from the title company, what do they mean, what do you need to do with them. Utilizing all 3 of these things plus having the right people in your corner, I think can help lead you to success, and like the first tip, get you to where you want to go. So hopefully you guys find that valuable. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have more questions. We'd love to give value any way we can. Hope you guys have a great day.